Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Gemini Libra Aquarius. If you have tuned in, there may be messages for you here. What you need to know. Alright, hope all is well with you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been one hell of a week. Okay, but we're here, we're going to get it done. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your support to my subscribers and new subscribers. I do appreciate you guys' support. Real talk. Okay. Overall, I appreciate you guys' patience. Alright. We're gonna start off with the Declare and Decree deck. This is a deck that's used to do positive rituals. It's just a matter of burning and releasing, okay? So basically each card has a ritual on it. You would write it down, set your intentions to release any negative energy. Okay, and then you give thanks to the Most High Mother and Father and your spiritual team for helping you to release that negative energy. Okay, if this part does not resonate with you, that is fine. You can go ahead and push forward. This is spiritual. Everybody's not spiritual. Everybody's not religious. All right, so whatever part of that fits for you, then you go with that. Okay. But this is past, present, future energies. Alright, general messages for what you need to know. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, starting out with the Declare and Decree deck. Let's see what possible energies need to be released. Alright, let's see what needs to be removed here. So we have all lack mentality and scarcity mindset is now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All lack mentality and scarcity mindset. Okay, is now clear from my energy in spirit and in flesh. You would write that down. Set your intentions to clear any lack mentality and scarcity mindset. Okay, and then you give thanks to the Most High Mother and Father for assisting you and your spiritual team for assisting you with clearing that negative energy. Okay. The next one we have here, air signs, is all spell work, rituals, black magic, evil eye, blocking spells, and all evil works done against myself and family are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. All spell work, rituals, black magic, evil eye, blocking spells, all evil works done against myself and family are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. You want to write that down because, believe it or not, whether you're spiritual or religious, this is for someone, no doubt. It may not be for everyone, but it will be for someone, okay? So there's possible blocking spells, or it could be an energy of black magic, okay? Any type of low vibrational magic, spells, things written, things spoken from people, individuals, who knows, right? Because when you're dealing with the spirit, it's spiritual things that can come from any direction, from your past, even presently. It could be things coming from people, situations, issues. All these different things hold spiritual weight. Okay. And so lack mentality and scarcity mindset, you definitely want to release that. That is definitely 333 on the timer. Definitely a damper. It's definitely scarcity mindset and lack mentality. It's just a low vibrational thought, low vibrational feelings, but it's still, it takes you out of alignment. That means that you would totally be out of alignment. Being in alignment is having an abundant mindset, an abundant mentality, an abundant way of thinking. Okay, it's a thought process, right? So basically, if you are in lack mentality, if you are in scarcity mindset in some kind of way, you would want to release that. That's negative energy. It's low energy, right? So you want to raise your vibration. So someone here definitely needs to write this down. Ask the Most High Mother and Father and your spiritual team for assistance with helping you clear this, because someone is definitely dealing with this. Okay, because we've all dealt with this. This is not nothing new, but it's something that's coming more to the forefront than anything, because spiritually, most people are not tapped in. 444 on the timer. Most people are not tapped in spiritually. So if you are watching this right now and you are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you definitely have some things that need to be cleared here. Definitely. And some of you, if you do focus on clearing any lack mentality and scarcity mindset, it can actually improve your life, because that type of thought process will create blockages in your life as well. Someone definitely needs to invest in themselves and do this burning and releasing. I don't know who it's for exactly, but I do know it's for someone. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Okay? Do not try to make messages fit. Alright? If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not for you at this time. Something could definitely be over. Okay? A relationship, a situation, an energy, and or a thought process. The way of thinking, something definitely could be over here. This could definitely have changed some kind of way. Alright. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone could have been feeling stuck here, mentally, feeling stuck, feeling trapped. Yeah, devil energy. Yeah, someone here could have been feeling stuck or feeling trapped some kind of way in a situation. That could very well be over now. It's over now. And you've moved away from it. Six of Swords. Let's see. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. You have the Sun, the Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Knight of Wands. You have the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, and you have Aquarius energy here. The Star showing up. Ace of Wands here. Bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Swords, okay? Someone's definitely moving on from the situation, or you have moved on. A lots of excitement and room for new beginnings here, new starts. Someone could definitely be starting over as far as life is concerned. You could be coming out of a relationship. Definitely you could have come out of a relationship, or you could have come out of something as far as a breakup. It could have definitely been a breakup, but there's balance that comes out of that breakup. Okay, there's balance that happens out of that. So there's definitely something that's been made clear, or a truth that's been spoken, or something that's been accepted. The truth has been accepted or spoken. Okay. Someone was definitely dealing with a Knight of Wands energy. Someone who definitely played mind games, or played the game, cheated possibly as well. But there's an energy of healing here. So I feel like this could be something past, like where you've dealt with an energy, a constant energy of having to wonder about someone being honest with you. Yeah, there's definitely separation here, but you're in this single energy now, Nine of Pentacles energy, air signs, Gemini energy showing up here. So you're basically loving yourself. A lot of you are single, but you have come out of some relationship and you found out somebody was cheating, or there was a third party energy that you found out about, so you separated yourself with the Three of Swords. But you're definitely healing something, or you are laying a situation to rest. You could be very well laying that relationship to rest, seeing that it's not serving you anymore. And the truth is, it was not working. Somebody here maybe was trying to force something to work, but it was not working. Okay. Also, there's a lot of sexual energy here. So there could have been a lot of love bombing in that situation that you've separated yourself from, or you will be separating from. But there's healing here with the fourth Swords energy and Aquarius energy here. You may have finally spoke how you felt about a situation, or you spoke up, or someone could have spoken up to you about the truth of how they felt about the relationship. Okay, and it could have been a truth that actually set you free. All right, and it just kind of gave you your walking papers to do what it is you really truly wanted to do, which was love yourself and take action to move on for something better. or someone better. Okay, yeah, you definitely cut someone out here. uh, there's lies and betrayal, manipulation here. Also secrets, possible secrets. Okay, there's 5 swords out here now. All right, so you could have been used to dealing with energies of people in relationships who just like to uh, manipulate you, and they didn't have a problem doing that. They was okay with lying to you, not being honest, not being trustworthy, but just, yeah, karmic energy of being involved with a person that don't mind playing the game. Okay, yeah, king and queen of swords energy here. I feel like this has to do with spiritual intervention though, because with the swords, it, like I said, it speaks of lies, right? Secrets, things that are untold, things that went unsaid, that needed to be said and addressed and told, that finally has come out. Okay, and what you did was, air signs, you decided to lay that to rest. You decided to see that differently for yourself, but you also allowed yourself to heal from a situation rather than go bitter from a situation. Yeah, Empress energy. That's why I say you're gaining balance from a separation, and you're stepping into who you are to become. Not who you are becoming is what the energy is that I get here. You could have definitely been dealing with the like air sign or a possible fire sign here. Okay. Someone you're definitely leaving behind, or you've left this person behind. There's an energy, a past energy of a lot of lack. Remember, lack mentality, scarcity mindset, a lot of fear here, to where you may not have wanted to move on from certain lovers, whoever this is resonating with. You may have continued to be involved in different relationships over and over and over. You drop one, you get right into another. You drop that relationship after so long, you get right into another. There's someone here, you just go from relationship to relationship. This has been an ongoing pattern for a while, until you was able to see something clearly. See, with the Four of Swords energy, that's an energy of being able to sit back and reflect and see, where have I been going wrong with these past lovers? What has been going on with me? Why hasn't this been happening this way? Or why hasn't this been lasting? Or why is it that people come but they don't stay? Or why is it that people show up who's not authentic, they're not real, they don't want the same things? This is the things you're starting to pay attention to. These are the things that are starting to become very clear to you. What's not working in past relationships and why? And what you can do differently. Perspective, because you're being honest with yourself too, air signs. What you can do differently so that you don't have to go through this Three of Swords energy anymore. Okay, and you can remain in a healing space, a very creative space as well. As I say creative, the magician comes out. Very creative space. It's like you've manifested your way out into abundance. You've manifested your way out into stability. You've manifested your way out into balance. Okay, Strength card over the Three of Swords, and now you got somebody, possibly y'all. When I say y'all, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because anyone could be watching that has this in your chart. If you're an air sign, you do have somebody in a very chaotic energy who possibly is younger than you, and they like drama. Okay, they're not somebody who want to heal. They're somebody who want to stay possibly toxic. Okay, and want you to continue on with that. But you're focusing on something different now. You could be focusing on school. You could be focusing on moving. You could be focusing on changing careers. You could be focused solely on your own business. You could be solely focusing on a business that you've also created. Ace of Wands is ideas, new ideas, and a lot of solid energy to those ideas. But that's what you're focused on right now. Okay, Hangman, yeah, some things may have definitely been delayed. like for example, some of you, you could have been engaged to someone, right? With the Lovers being here and the Empress, you could have been engaged to someone, right? And y'all was supposed to set a time to actually get married, and it fell through. It's a reason for that. You could have been involved, like I said already, in some kind of situationship, and that's what it could have been for you in these past years. They're not real solid, authentic relationships, but you would have liked for them to be. You would have liked for it to be that way, but that's not how it was. Instead, you were drawing people in who were immature. You would draw people in who like to, lie to you, hurt you. And it could have very well been the fact that you may have been in that energy yourself in the past, to where you didn't have a problem detaching from people. You didn't have a problem, hey, you either on my team or you're not. I'll cut you off. I'll cut you out. It's my way or the highway. You may have had that kind of mentality about yourself, air signs, in the past, in relationships with lovers, to where it just didn't work out. There was some type of low vibrational energies that flowed along with you throughout the years that had a lot to do with scarcity mindset and poverty, lack mentality, not having enough, not having enough money, not making enough money, blockages to your finances and things like that. And a lot of fears of being by yourself on your own, having to face the world on your own, having to face bills on your own, having to build a life and facing that on your own, learning how to do that. So there's a lot of introspection here. There's a lot of reflection of past relationships, past things that did not work. And when I say things, I mean the relationship, the situationships that you may have been in. It may have been a lot of third-party situations that you've dealt with. And like I said, a lot of immature energy that you've dealt with. Some of you may have dealt with people who were older than you, and yet the relationship was unbalanced, very unbalanced, because maybe you had a certain way of thinking and so did they. And you never could meet, on common ground, right? You never could meet in the middle and agree to say, this is what we want, this is what we're doing. It never went like that. It would always be an impulsive type of relationship, to where you come out of one and jump into another. So we're starting to see things differently now. The truth is, I can have something better than this. I can do better than this. I can have something real, something true, honest, and authentic. But first, let me practice that energy on myself. Let me be true. Let me be honest. Let me be authentic to myself first. We're talking self-love, okay? Let me be this way to myself first. So what that does, that opens up a whole new path, a whole new avenue into who you're becoming. Male or female, Empress energy is an energy of stability, an energy of creativity. Okay, you're co-creating with the universe, an energy of spiritual alignment and growth. And it's also an energy of rebirth, okay? So yeah, a lot of worry and stress that you've dealt with over the years in relationships, things that just didn't turn out, no matter how much effort you put forth, no matter how, you tried to make it work, or you tried to make it, better even, maybe tried to change things or believe that a person would change. It just never worked that way. Mostly of the relationships that you've had could possibly have been impulsive type of relationships. And what you're doing is you're seeing that. You're taking time, because now you're single. Someone here, you've come out of a relationship. You've separated yourself from a relationship, a marriage, a situationship, whatever it is. You've come out of it. You've separated yourself from it. And like I said, once you separate yourself from that, it automatically brings in balance, because just off of you separating yourself from that energy. Because it's like, it's time for that to be over. but it's like a residual energy that needs to be cleared, like karma that needs to be cleared from the past. Because somebody here, you definitely healed from a lot of heartbreak and stress and hurt, and even that hurt that come from your childhood. But even though you've healed from a lot of things, there's still residual energies that needs to be looked at. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing with the Hanged Man. And not only that, there's spiritual intervention, I feel, where with the Hanged Man, he has that light around his head for a reason. That light is around his head for a reason. He's receiving that spiritual wisdom, that knowledge. He's receiving downloads. He's receiving understanding on a spiritual level, from a spiritual perspective. And you're welcoming in those perspectives. You're welcoming in the understanding. You're welcoming in the change of heart, the change of mind, the change of, mindset, right? You're welcoming it in. This is what brings all this balance. This is a lot of balance, very much so. Beautiful energy. Temperance. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Someone could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Empress and the Lovers. Definitely, you've forgiven yourself for some things. You've been very patient with situations, trying to see. It's like you finally took a time to stop in life. You're taking the time to stop to smell the roses, but yet you're taking the time to stop and see, why is this certain thing is not working? What is it? Why is it that this never works? Why is it that these things never pan out? Why can't I find a partner that wants the same things I want? Why? Because a lot of you're starting to come into this Empress energy, and this Empress energy is maturing you as well. It's maturing you on a mental level, spiritual, emotional, physical, financial. It's maturing you, 222 on the timer. It's maturing you. It's bringing you even more into, it's a balancing thing. That's why some things may have to be cleared up here with the Ace of Swords. There's some things that need to be cleared up here with the past lovers. Somebody may have unfinished business as well. Someone may also realize that people are feeling left out in the cold by you. Someone younger than you who was a player is also feeling left out in the cold by you. We already talked about the Five of Swords energy, because somebody just wanting to win. Again, that's an immature energy of just wanting to win. It's child's play. Let me play mind games. Let me lie to you. I can get away with it. So let me see how far I can go. Someone who likes drama, okay? Create illusions and things like that. There's illusions here. Yeah, but justice shall be served. Balance, Libra energy. Didn't I say balance? There's a lot of things coming into balance, but it's because you're taking the time to reflect. It's because you're taking the time to see what needs to be healed, and you're trying to deal with that. Whatever you separated from, you've made up your mind that I'm not going to allow myself to go back into a new relationship. I wouldn't say back. I said back into. Some of y'all could have someone coming back through that's in a new energy. Take how it resonates. If you know you're not for no past person, let that be just that. You know you don't want nobody back from where you came from. All you got to do is realize that for yourself, be true to you about it, and be like, you know what, that's what it is. It doesn't matter if that's what the reader says. Yeah, the reader mentioned someone from the past, but I also know I'm done with that energy. Guess what? We have free will, and you have every right to be done. So if you are done with people of the past, only you would know that. So take it how it resonates, okay? Some of y'all leaving behind illusions because you're realizing that's what you've been served. You've been served illusions. That's what the Queen of Swords is all about. Cutting out things that no longer serve you. Also speaking your mind and speaking your truth. Addressing people. If they're making you feel uncomfortable, if they're trying to put you in a situation you know you don't want to be in, if they're trying to tie you to them and you don't want to be bonded to them, if they're trying to force you to do things you don't want to do, then you do what? You cut them out. You cut them off. And a lot of you could be doing this silently, where you're just moving in silence. You're not saying much to anyone. You're just cutting things out that no longer serve you, no longer resonate. It don't feel right, don't feel good, don't line up with me. I don't want nothing to do with him, her, or it. Take it how it resonates. Lots of stability coming in. And this could definitely, like I say, somebody has stepped away from a commitment. You don't see the joy in this commitment anymore. That's why this person trying to come after you now. You could be celebrating with other people. You could have children that you just engaging with your children, minding your own business, minding all of your business with this Nine of Pentacles energy and this Empress energy. You're just minding all of your business, collaborating with people around you, authentic people. And a lot of those people that you were collaborating with, they're gone. They done fell off. You're not talking to them anymore. And you're realizing in this energy, because of that reflecting energy, you're realizing that was the reason for them falling off, is because they were supposed to. If you're no longer talking to ex-friends and ex-partners, that's because you're not supposed to. They were supposed to be cut out of your life. You're supposed to go away from them. This stuff that has to fall off in order for new energy to come in, right? So somebody wants to come back and stop you from moving around, from leaving, moving on. Someone wants to stop this because they see that you're focused. They know what you're doing, or some people don't know what you're doing. They see what you're working. They see that you're just minding your business. A lot of people don't know what you're doing. Some of you are moving in silence. There are people who don't know what's going on with you at all. Five of Pentacles energy, that's what they feeling lost, left out. They feeling left in the cold. They feel hurt. They feel left behind. Some people feel ignored by you. And it's nothing personal. You're just doing what's best for you. And you're just in this Queen of Cups energy, minding all of your business. Loving yourself, nurturing yourself as you should. Okay? And a lot of you, y'all are transmuting energies to where you know when to do certain stuff and how to do it. When it comes to you naturally, when it comes to you spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you're learning how to go with the flow with your energies, but you're learning how to use the energies when they serve you best. Whether it's time for you to cut somebody out, whether it's time for you to show someone love, whether it's time for you to hold back your energy, whether it's time for you to speak your mind, whether it's time for you to address the situation, you know how to use them energies and when to use the energies to best serve you. Okay? Air signs. Yeah, like you are not working with anyone that's not aligned with you, that doesn't resonate with you. You refuse to work with anyone that's not working with you. If they're not putting it forth the same actions, you're not doing it. Okay? Then we have a King of Pentacles energy out here. Now, some of you could be dealing with someone new. That's true. But I would suggest, and I feel like you will, take your time. We're not moving on an impulse. These are things that you've learned from. These are lessons that you have learned, is how I feel. Okay? Yep, you got people watching, folks paying attention, folks running their mouth. They running their mouth because they don't know what's going on in your energy. They talking, and some of them don't have no facts. They don't know what they're talking about. And you got folks who watching and creating spell work as well, because y'all got people who's low-key envious of you. You got people who's low-key jealous of you. They was even jealous of the relationship you was in, not knowing all the hell you was putting up with in that relationship, not realizing you was working on separating yourself from that relationship. But you got people who got the nerve to be jealous of you and your relationships, how you carry out, even in the workplace. You got people hating on you in the workplace, low-key envious of you in the workplace, trying to throw salt in the game in the workplace, gossiping, lying, spreading rumors in the workplace. Why? Because they don't have no facts, so they just throw something out there because they full of drama. No facts. Now, again, like I said, I explained, for those of you who may have somebody coming back, that person could possibly be someone that you could have opportunities with. Some people want a past person back as long as they are in a new energy. As long as they are in an energy to prove themselves worthy of your energy, a lot of people are allowing folks back from their past. Everybody's situation is different. Because I can hear y'all. I can hear folks' energy, man. Now, I don't want them back. That bitch, that motherfucker can't come back here. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm done. That's over. Guess what? And nobody knows better than you. 2929 on the timer. Nobody knows better than you about that connection. So you have the free will and every right to reject that person if they show up in any kind of way, form or fashion, when it comes to your past. However, some of you got people coming back because you're balancing out and there's residual energies that need to be released. and then you will go on with your life with the Six of Swords. Some of you are coming back to talk to people, and you're hearing them out with Temperance. You're hearing them out because you're being led to. Okay, whoever that part is for, you're being led to hear a certain person out. Hear what they have to say. Some people want to bring the truth to you. Take it how it resonates. Some folks want to bring the truth to you. Some people want to make it clear why they ghosted, why they did what they did, how they were listening to other folks, how they were being influenced by other people, how they were being jelly backs and not standing up for you in the connection. A lot of you, it's going to be different for everybody, but folks want to come back and explain. Some of you may feel, hey, I don't need nobody to explain nothing. I created my own closure. And guess what? That's fine. If you created your own closure, there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody don't know how to do that. I had to learn how to do that. I didn't get closure from a lot of things, but I had to learn to create my own closure, forgive, and let it be. So that's what some of you are doing. You create your own closure, you're done with the situation, and you let it be. Others of you, you will hear a certain person out because you know that you're being led to do so. Yeah, a lot of you were in a marriage. And your marriage, you may have separated from your person for a little while, and it brought balance when you separated from them. And then y'all coming back together, okay? Because things are understood. Things have been understood, addressed, talked about, and there's been common ground that's been established for whoever that's for. But that's not for everybody. Some of you, some people are getting readings on you. I'm telling you, it's serious in these spiritual streets. Some people are getting readings on you with this here. That's why I like this declare and decree that, because it'll tell you a whole lot of things that you're not even thinking of that could possibly be blocking you in your life spiritually. This says all spell work, rituals, black magic, evil eye, blocking spells, okay, and all evil works done against myself and my family are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Okay, someone could definitely be tapping into a spiritualist because they want to know what's going on in your world. This is a Hierophant card here. This is the Hierophant. This is a spiritual leader, spiritual teacher. 3232 on the timer. And some people have gotten the wrong knowledge about you. Some people just totally misunderstand you on purpose. Whoever this is resonating for, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some people misunderstand you on purpose. They do it on purpose because they like the drama that it brings. Chaos. Okay? And some people want to explain why they treated you the way they treated you. Everybody just not sitting back watching just to... Some people actually want to come in, sit down, and be an adult because they've grown up. Because they have dealt with their karma. So they want to come back and apologize for the harm they may have caused or the misunderstanding that it may have been. Okay, so to each his own. But for others of you, you got people who are not only watching, but they consulting with spiritualists, readers trying to get information on you about what's going on in your future, what's going on in your life. Ace of Pentacles, with all these opportunities showing up. Okay. That's why it's good to do rituals, spiritual rituals to protect yourself. Yeah, Page of Wands. Somebody got good news coming in, and someone's very excited about where they're headed. You see what I'm saying? Focus. Spirituality has taken its course here. Someone is definitely seeing things from a different perspective. You're definitely tapped into your spirituality, and you're loving it. With the Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Empress, Temperance, you're loving what you're tapping into. The Star, you got people who low-key admire you, but they hating on you at the same time. That's what you're cutting out of your life. Bad relationships, people who don't want to be honest, people who want to play games with you. 34 on the timer. It's spiritual intervention. It's time for that to be over. It's time for something new. Time for something better. So what are you doing? You're soul searching. You're soul searching because why? It's not about who you are right now. No. It's about who you are becoming. Okay? And something is definitely faded. Nice. Something's definitely faded here. With the wheel, I told you, this is over. You've been reflecting on different relationships and how they have worked and what have not worked. Why people don't last or relationships don't last, why they don't stay, what's going on, why I think everything is good one minute and then the next minute everything crumbles. And it's not like together today and separated tomorrow kind of thing. These are, to you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is relationships that meant something to you, so you felt. And like I say, you may have been real impulsive in the past, where you come out of one relationship, you jump into another one. Okay, I ain't with them, oh well. Because now, whoever this is resonating for, you are learning to be by yourself. You're learning to be on your own, and you're also realizing it's not so bad being on your own. It's not so bad being by yourself. Okay? Because you learn things about yourself spiritually. You start receiving awakenings and realizing things and seeing things that you didn't realize before, even about yourself. It starts with you. And it's fated for you to meet someone and come back together with someone. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it's fated for you to come back together with someone. And I'm saying back together because more than likely, this is someone from a previous relationship that you may have had. It could have been from some time ago. It doesn't have to be anyone that you just cut out. It could have been someone you stopped talking to and didn't have a relationship with 8, 10, 15 years ago. And that connection is fated to come back around with the Wheel of Fortune. It's fated to come back around. Because you've grown and you've cleared karma. This particular person, more than likely, they've grown too. And they've cleared karma. So you two are matching each other's frequency. Your vibration is high and it's matching. Literally, some of y'all could definitely be moving. See, we talked about secrets. Somebody holding secrets, somebody being deceptive, okay? And it could be the person you haven't too long separated from. This could be the fresh separation energy. It's how I feel. This is what you've already separated from. Something is definitely happening quickly. Air signs, okay? You have there's conflict here. You may have some conflict mentally yourself, but you may also have people who want to argue with you, fight with you, cause confusion for you because they don't know what's going on in your life. Some people are sitting back and they're watching. It could be family people as well. They're sitting back watching your situation, hoping for the worst. Okay? And it could definitely be conflict with those people. And again, there's people who think they know about you, who intentionally misunderstand you and your energy and the way that you are, or how you think, or how you decide to do things. Okay? But I feel like some of you, it's a possibility. There's two people showing up in your energy here. Because we have the King of Pentacles and we also have the Emperor showing up, okay? And the Lovers is here. So it's not just you loving yourself, air signs. Someone here, you have someone coming back around that has done healing, such as yourself. They are at a very high frequency as you are. They are basically on the same level as you as far as your vibration. They're fated to come back around to you. You may not trust it. You may feel like, no, this ain't what it is. But Spirit is going to show you. You will know. Spiritually, you will be shown. You will understand. I don't care if it comes through a dream. It can come through a message. It can come through anything, actually. Spiritual, yeah. It can come all kind of ways, right? But you will know who this person is. But you have already detached from a current lover, though. Somebody who was a player. Yeah, there go that devil energy. I told you, it wasn't far. Toxic. See, these are things you've already left behind, air signs. Whoever this is resonating with, these are energies you've already left behind. But there is someone who you have unfinished business with. That's a possibility here. Okay? That you have unfinished business here. Somebody could definitely be coming back around to you because you both healed from some things. you've both done some spiritual work, spiritual introspection, right? You both have done some soul searching here, and there's been spiritual growth on both ends. So that connection could definitely be a good connection, okay? And then you have the Ace of Pentacles here too, okay? Because opportunities come in many ways. Whatever you wish, air signs, whatever you wish for. Know what you want. And a lot of you, that's something you've learned too. Now you know what you want. At first you didn't know what you want. That's why you've been through all this stress with relationships that didn't work. Residual energies, clearing a lot of karmic debt within your life. A lot of stuff that didn't work, that's what you're starting to pay attention to. I'm tired of things not working. I want something real, true, authentic. I want a person that's real, that's true, that's honest and authentic, who's going to love me for me. Not what I can do for you or what I can give you, but love me for me, right? Well, we're supposed to take care of one another, right? I'm not doing all the carrying. You're not doing all the carrying. We're carrying one another. And so you got some people here who want to stay trauma bonded with you. They don't want to release you, but they have to. They don't have a choice. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, you out of there. You gone. Some of y'all literally probably moving state, moving to another city, moving to another country, to another state. You're gone. And you're excited to leave. You're excited. A lot of you have broken out of a relationship and separated from someone who was matching your energy at the time, but they were matching you. I could say it could have been a little energy between good, high vibration and low vibration, because I feel like that person may have matched you financially at the time. Y'all may have matched each other, both made good money and stuff like that, but other things were out of alignment. Only thing that may have been in alignment was the money. Okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So what you need to know is to stay focused on your abundance. That's what you need to know. Stay focused. And I feel like you will. There's a lot of karmic energy that wants to stay tied to you. So burning and releasing would do you justice, okay? Justice is here. That means something definitely will be made fair and balanced. With the will, something is definitely fated to come back together some kind of way. Even if it's just you talking and hearing a person out and then going about your own way, that's fine. That may be something fated to happen for you. It'll be different for everyone, okay? But you already know about being that star, that light. You are hope and inspiration for somebody. Believe it or not, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. People see you as someone of inspiration. Hope. You give people a lot of hope. You really do, believe it or not. They see you as someone of light. Okay, they see you as someone that's spiritual too. So you have wish fulfillment. But first, it's like you had to learn to fill your own cups before you could fill someone else's cups. Okay? Yeah, wild and wonderful. This is what you need to know. Stay focused. There's something fated. You may want to deal with it, you may not. But there's definitely a connection that's fated to come back together, whether it's just for closure or actually you're coming back together with this person because you've both done the healing work. But you still have free will, and it could be very well someone that you want to be with, but you just needed to go your separate ways in order to learn yourselves, heal from karmic debts, right? Learn to fill your own cup, learn your life lessons from relationships that did not work. This is something y'all both could have been doing, in your own way, in your own separate lives. And this is what's fated to come back together. Okay? You know whether or not you want it or not. I can't stress that enough. Hangman. So there's been a lot of sacrifice here too. Some of you may have children and you've sacrificed a lot. You put forth a lot of effort in relationships to make it work. That's why it's like now, to me, you're creating the boundaries. Now you have boundaries where you know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. what you will put up with, what you won't put up with, what you're looking for, and what it is you do not want. That's what's happening here. You know what you want now. Some of you, you're still learning what it is you really truly want for your life. And you're single. You're learning that. You're in the process of learning what it is you truly want for yourself and what it is you will not accept from people anymore. Because the next relationship you get into, more than likely, you're going to promise yourself that this relationship, the next relationship I get into, oh, it's going to work because I know what to look for now. I know what it is I really truly want and what not to look, what not to deal with, what not to accept. Okay, you know what not to accept now. So air signs, I hope that the energies align for you, and I feel like they will. Stay focused. It's faded. Stay focused. Okay, some of you do have love, but this love could be from someone who actually, you may have hurt them in the past. They could have hurt you. Y'all could have hurt each other. Okay, when it comes to heartbreak. But this love that's faded, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this love is a familiar love, but it's going to be something new, something that has happened on a level of rebirth, because there's a lot that's been cleared on both ends. Whoever that is resonating for, whoever has someone that's coming back to you because it's fated for it to happen. Spiritually, it's fated because of the healing that has taken place. So there are signs. I hope that the energy, I keep saying the energy, I hope it's right for you, okay? But I hope that the messages were clear, and I hope that it brought some kind of clarity to you, and I hope overall the messages were helpful. And I do apologize for the time, but hey, we got to get the messages out there. Until next time, air signs, take care.